Hi guys, today I have a video that's been kind of on my mind for a while now, and it's been really difficult to sit down and narrow down the picks for the video. It's top 10 all-time favourite lipsticks. And I've been wanting, I have a whole list of stuff that's been potentially building for 2 years in a notebook that I kind of cross off as I go through, and I keep going back to the top of the list and thinking, why haven't I done that? There are a couple of things like Holy Grail products that it's just, I don't know, it's kind of overfacing to think, what are they? So over the past kind of week or so, as I've been going through my collection, I've been picking things out and popping them in a drawer when I feel like they would fit into the top 10, and I have now amassed my 10. And this is going to be top 10 of all time, not top 10 right now, not my current favourites, but top 10 of all the lipstick I still own that I feel at some time or other have been a real favourite. And some of them, at least one of them, I'm pretty sure is not even still available, and I definitely shouldn't still have it, but I have it for kind of nostalgia purposes. And now I'm glad I do, because it's definitely in my top 10 of all time. So I'm going to kick off, and I'm going to, as we go through, be wearing each colour as I talk about them, which is a little idea I stole from another YouTuber named Mallory. I forget, I want to say she's called Mallory1712. She used to live in Alaska, now she's moved to Texas, and I will link her down below. I don't know, I really like her videos, and I like her style and stuff. And when she did the video like this, I thought that is a great idea, so I'm stealing it. And I thought it would be a little bit better than just doing swatches, plus less messy. So let's start. The first one, and it's the one I'm wearing right now, is the L'Oreal, I want to say this is called the L'Oreal Caresse. It's one of those things, L'Oreal are the worst with packaging because you just don't know what something's called. Like, it just says L'Oreal Paris, and on the bottom it says Caresse, and I think that that's the name, but I feel like they were called something balmy, something Caresse, you know? They've got weird names and you never know from the packaging. Just says L'Oreal Caresse 101 Tempting Lilac. And it's so sheer. I love this. I love everything from that range. These came out around the same time as the Revlon lip butters, and I so preferred these at the time. They're so balmy. I hope they're still available because I really like them. I think I have 5. And I like them all, but this was the one that I went back and back to. Right now I wouldn't say that it's great on me. It's slightly blue toned and with my warmer hair, but when I had kind of very icy blonde hair, and just over the years when I've had different hair, it's suited me a little bit more, and I really like this one. There's also one I think it's called Berry something, Sweet Berry, I really like, but this was the one I knew I'd worn the most. The texture is just beautiful, it's so comfortable to wear, and it's one of those things you can have in your handbag and just pop on without a mirror. It's just a hint of colour, on me anyway. It's just a hint of colour, and you don't need to be worrying about kind of lip liners or anything like that. Next on the list I have Faux. This is one of 2 matte lipsticks in here, which I'll show you the next one. I think that the next one might be the last one, because I'm going kind of in colour order. Most of the other stuff is kind of drugstore or low cost, but that's not intentional. If it ended up being 10 matte lipsticks being my all-time favourites, then that's what it would have been. It just so happens that, the most of them are actually kind of from Boots or from some such place, lower cost. And even that no other higher end brand made it into it was kind of surprising to me. Some almost, but I had to be real and say, no. Really, this has been one of my most worn lipsticks, probably of all time, and I've only had it for maybe 6 months to a year. But it's something I've worn as my everyday lip colour. I love it over a lip liner, but that's another video. I don't have to wear a lip liner every single day, and that's quite a new thing to me, so I can't say all-time favourite lip liners, because until a few months ago I really wasn't into that at all. But I do love that very defined and very long-lasting lip with this over the top. Really beautiful. For me, this is my nude. Don't like a regular nude shade on me, but this is a really flattering pinky toned nude for me. I recently had a bit of a switch around with my makeup storage, which you may see behind me, and I'll show you that in a different video. I've condensed my lipsticks and all my makeup really, but mostly my lipsticks massively, because it was a difficult thing. I had so many, and it was the one thing that I really allowed myself to collect as many as I wanted, and I didn't feel like I had to get rid of them. But it got a little bit silly, and I had a huge tower of Muji storage just with lip products in them. So I've really condensed that down, and I've actually gotten rid of a lot of the lip butters that I really wasn't using. I was just keeping them because I wanted them all, and at one point I just bought them all because I wanted to do a full review of every single one, and I was just holding on to them for no reason, and it just made me now see which ones I actually still really want to wear, and this was definitely one of them. This is Pink Truffle. I used to wear this so much. It's a beautiful autumn winter colour, Very, very glossy, as all the lip butters are, but it's very opaque as well. It's a really nice, very similar to Faux in that way actually, a kind of pinky nude. Slightly darker and just more flattering than a normal nude for me. For some people this would probably be a lot darker on them, for some people it would be a lot lighter, but it's, you know, it's all very, very personal when you come to kind of neutral and quite pale toned lipsticks. This for me is a nude lipstick. This is something that I wouldn't necessarily want to apply on its own anymore. I probably would like to put something like a lip liner on, just because the formula itself is so glossy, but it's so opaque that I feel like maybe you would need a little bit of definition. But that's quite a new thing, like I said. It's quite a new thing for me to want to have that. And I have a whole drawer of lip liners now to call on, which I might talk about a whole collection in a different video. But it just worked just as well on its own, and on its own it's a little bit more of a casual colour. But also pretty long lasting as well for a glossy product. Next is a really, really old one, and I would love to know if anybody recognises this just from looking at it on my lips. How about if I show you it in the actual tube? This was a really big deal when I was a teenager. When I was kind of like 16 to 18, maybe a little bit older, this was the lipstick you wanted to wear, and it is Rimmel's Heather Shimmer. It's metallic, as I wear it right now. I mean, I would probably wear this, but it's metallic. It's definitely not something that I would choose to wear now. Very, very frosty. I don't know what it's, I mean, it's called a shimmer, but I'm wondering if there was a particular, it was the Rich Moisture lipstick. It's so old school, but look, see, that's pretty good going for me who has a lot of lipsticks. I used to love this. This and Coffee Shimmer, but Heather Shimmer. Heather Shimmer was it, and I will never get rid of this. This is so nostalgic for me. And my friends, it was so the lipstick to have. And really, although it is such a strange finish for me now, it's kind of where I've ended up around that, like I mean, I suppose 90s nude. It wasn't really the 90s when I was a late teenager, but near enough. It was like, what would it have been? The very, very early 2000s. And so we were still kind of coming off that pre-Kylie Jenner 90s lip. And it's kind of come all the way back around now. I could probably wear this and people would just not even think that it was so old. Whereas 5 years ago, this kind of frosty metallic look would have been really alternative. Isn't that funny? But yeah, this was, it's got to be in there. It's got to be in the top 10. Next is one you probably have heard me talk about before. It's Raspberry, which is the Moisture Shine lipstick from Natural Collection. I actually did a full Natural Collection review of their lipsticks maybe a year ago, and this is still one of my all-time favourites. I again threw out a lot of the ones that I was holding on to just for that review and that I purchased just for that. Colours and stuff that I knew I wasn't going to wear, and just held on to the stuff that I really thought I'd wear again, which has made me look at my collection in a completely different way, because as a blogger and YouTuber, you really do have so much stuff that you probably will not ever wear again, and you're just keeping it for what if, and for maybe, and for potentially a video or a feature in the future. And so I look at my collection as kind of a work thing, rather than my personal, these are the things that I love. And now I'm really excited about it. I'll show you it in a different video. But looking at things today, and just kind of finalising my top 10, I thought, yeah, this has to be in there because I've had this for a long time. The Postman, anyway, as I was saying, this has been in my collection for a really long time and I have consistently reached for it. So really, really nice formula. It's so cheap. You wouldn't believe how nice it is for the price of it, but don't be fooled, because not every single lipstick from the Natural Collection Moisture, is it called Moisture Shine? Range is the same. Some of them are really, really terrible for snapping. The packaging is terrible. This one has held up. I don't know how, but it has. The packaging is really, really terrible. I've had a couple of them snap after maybe 1 or 2 uses, and some of them just don't swatch all that nicely on your lips. But this is really, really nice, and I love this colour for this kind of transitional. I keep saying it's transitional. We're in November. It's nearly Christmas. Okay, it's not transitional, but when you were in the transitional period, it's very, very nice for when you're kind of moving into berry tones, but it's also really nice in spring and summer as well, so kind of versatile. Next, talking of transitional, we are moving into these berry tones now, and this is Crush. It's the Revlon, was it called Kissable not Matte Balm, Revlon Kissable Balm Stain, something like that. The writing's rubbed off, which goes to show how often I've used it. Yeah, this is definitely called Crush. I really, really like this. It's a gorgeous, it is a stain. As it wears away, it does leave a stain, but it's a gorgeous berry tone that's really, really easy to wear. You don't necessarily need a liner with it because it definitely looks like more of a stain, and dependent on how you wear it, because you could just put a little bit of it on and then rub it out with your fingers and it would just look like just bitten. or you can obviously wear it a little bit more bold like I'm wearing it right now, but it does wear away to a stain, so it's a really easy lip product to wear, as all of them are really, but this has definitely been my favourite. The only problem rather with this product is it smells weird. It smelled really nice. I remember Lily Pebbles doing a review of these when they were first out, and she said that they smelled horrible, she really didn't like them, and I totally didn't get it, because mine smelled so nice, they were all minty, just really nice. And as time's gone on, they smell awful. They smell like soil or something. It's really, really strange. They initially smelled very nice and they don't anymore. And I can't say the same as for like the matte balms. I don't think that they go off the scent. And I don't know whether, I don't even want to say that as it smells strange you should get rid of it, because this started smelling strange maybe a month after I'd opened it. I don't know what it is, and I hope that they've kind of fixed that by now, but I'm tempted to buy another one and just see. But this has definitely been a staple for kind of autumn winter time. If you are into kind of berry colours but you're a little bit afraid of wearing something too bold, this is really versatile. You can wear it very, very like pared down. You can just wear a wash of colour, or you can wear it quite bold, and it's really easy because you don't have to top it up throughout the day. It wears nicely. I've just realised this is the first matte lipstick in all of them, and probably it's one of like 2 out of 10. Can you believe that? Matte is definitely my lip finish of choice, or my lipstick finish of choice. That's Manny, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing with a car. Apparently that's weird for dogs. My dad says that dogs don't tend to like to pick up metal and bite metal, have the feel of metal in their mouths. He's always biting my watch and stuff, which is not even on my wrist right now. I've forgotten to put it back on. But he plays with Milo's cars all the time. He can kind of push them for himself and then he plays with them because they obviously roll around. It's like self-perpetuating fetch, but that's what he's doing anyway. Yeah, my definite favourite finish is matte, but it's quite difficult to wear most of the time because your lips have to be in really, really good condition. So most of the matte lips that I have worn the most either aren't really matte, they're just called matte and they're actually really, really creamy, kind of like this one, or they're ones that are kind of saved for a very, very special occasion, and ones that I just absolutely love, but I have to scrub my lips and balm and stuff before using them, otherwise they don't look very good. But this one, it is matte. It's not got shine to it, it's not got gloss to it, but it's not like super, super dry matte. It's not like the MAC Retro Matte. A very, very comfortable and creamy matte. And this is Pom Pom. Sorry, I didn't even tell you what it was. Pom Pom from Soap & Glory. Got to love that. The little S&G. Obviously, I haven't worn this as much as I thought I had because I haven't even got to that little part of that. You know, the little embossed S&G into the bullet, but I love that completely. I really like this colour. This is kind of in my mind what Raspberry from Natural Collection looks like, but that's actually much more pink and a little bit paler. This is definitely deeper and more autumnal, but still kind of muted and not too bold. A lot of the stuff that I have errs on the side of caution, but my last couple of ones are definitely going to be a bit pow. So remember I was saying about the L'Oreal Caresse and how they came out just, I think just ahead of the Revlon, come on, what are they called? Lip butters. The lip butters. In the UK, the other ones came out just slightly ahead of them. And then these, by comparison, were really weird. They were sticky, and most of the ones that I tried weren't totally opaque. They were a little bit patchy, and I just didn't like them at all. And I completely wrote them off. I think I bought 3, as is usually the case with a new product. I'll buy it on 3 for 2. Buy 3 assuming I'll like it, and then I'm like, oh, I can't believe I had 3 of those. And then I just wrote them off as I don't like them. And then I think I was sent this one and maybe Berry Smoothie, something to do with Christmas. I just remember it being something to do with Christmas, and I was sent them and I tried them on because I was going to do a post on them, and I absolutely loved them. This was the first really opaque lip butter that I tried, and so as such, let me just see. Oh yeah, see, that's pretty good going. That's as much as I have left in this one. This is a really nice winter lip. Again, we're kicking it up a notch with slightly deeper than the previous one. This is definitely my favourite kind of berry lip of choice. And had I not done that big clear out of my stuff recently, I kind of just forgot about stuff that I really, really liked because it was just in amongst things that I didn't. So now when I look in my drawer, I can only see things that I've decided that I'm going to wear again. And so I'm really picking from my favourite stuff. And this is definitely, it's just gorgeous. And for someone that doesn't like super glossy lips, I really like it. There's something about it that just kind of screams winter, festive, Christmas. I'm so excited about Christmas. At this point, I think I'm probably allowed to be excited about Christmas, but I've been excited for like 6 months, so yeah, probably since like last Christmas. I like it when it's spring and I can like clean up and everything. I don't clean for like months. You know what I mean? When you can kind of freshen everything up and it feels spring, and then summer's always rubbish, and then you have to get Halloween out of the way and then it's Christmas again. So yeah, that's Christmas in a lipstick for me. So we're in the home stretch with 2 more to go, and who remembers this? This is definitely something that people have associated with me in the past because I raved and raved and raved about it. Last time we were in New York, I think that the matte balms were launching around the time that we were away, but it was a really big deal for me because I'd never seen them in stores before, and so I went absolutely crazy. And I got this. This was just the most beautiful colour. So it's like a neon, what is it? Is it pink? Is it red? Is it orange? I don't know. I suppose it's a coral, but it's not very orangey colour. It's more pink than it is coral, I think. Pinky coral. But it's very, very, it's neon, but it's also kind of muted. I don't know what it is. It's a really unusual colour, and it's called Unapologetic. How did I not remember that? And the reason that I stopped wearing this, because I really do love it, I love the formula, I love the colour, I love everything about it, is because it gets blunt and it's like totally flat. And then you can fill your lips in it, looks great, but there's no definition. And so, since I recently discovered, you know, the lip liner trend, I would love to know if any of you know of a colour lip liner that would go with this, because I don't really even care where it's from, I will buy it. And I will wear this so much more. I love this, it still gives me that tingle. This is nearly 2 years old, and by comparison, still minty fresh. Still minty fresh, still tingles on my lips, still feels really, really nice. The texture is still great. I love it so much. I don't care about, you know, sell by dates and things like that. People say, oh, it's really important to get rid of your makeup after X amount of time. I'm the only one using it, and as far as I'm concerned, I'll use it as long as I want. I really don't care. If I was sharing it with other people and stuff, then that would be different. If I was giving it away to someone, then fine, whatever. But if I'm just using it for myself, unless I really feel like something needs to go, then I'm going to continue using it until I feel otherwise, and I still think this is good. But I love this. Absolutely one of my all-time favourites. Probably top 3 if I had to narrow it down. I love a really, really bright lipstick, and this is a gorgeous one, but I just wish, I mean, I suppose you could kind of sharpen it. I've thought about sharpening it with a tissue, you know, just like sharp because it's so soft, but you can't really sharpen something like that. This my only downside really is, I kind of wish that it was a thinner pencil and that the point was very small. So even though it was flat, it was a smaller amount of space. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't as thick, but it was longer and thinner. And even if you got less product, I'd probably prefer that, because I don't really understand how to sharpen it or get it back to a slight, more defined application actually straight out of the bullet. And finally, we have the final lipstick, and it is MAC's Impassioned. This definitely has to be chalked up to YouTube made me do it. Candy Johnson specifically made me do this. When I was pregnant with Milo, I think I started YouTube April 2010, and by the following February, March time, I discovered that I was pregnant with Milo, which if you were following me way, way back then, you would know I did trying to conceive videos and all that stuff because it was a bit of a struggle. For various reasons, which if you'd seen those videos, you would know why. But back then, when I was pregnant with Milo, I was watching a lot of Candy Johnson, and I think she was just about to have Ellie, or she had just had her, I forget. I remember when I was trying to get pregnant, she was pregnant. I think that was the situation. So I was watching a lot of her, and she was wearing these super patterned geometric leggings and big oversized tops, and I was basically just wanted to be her. I had dark hair, I wore extensions, I wore Impassioned lipstick, and I thought if I tried hard enough, maybe I could be Candy Johnson. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But this got me part of the way there for sure. I love this lipstick so much. It's one of my most worn matte lipsticks, and something I will forever, again, be a little bit nostalgic about because it reminds me of a particular time in my life. And it probably reminds me of just starting YouTube and all of this beginning, but also Candy Johnson and her amazingness. But yeah, that's it. That's everything. That's all of my top 10 favourite lipsticks of all time. That was really, really difficult to narrow down. That was just lipsticks. We're not talking about like liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, lip liners. There's loads of other things that I could have thrown in here, but it would have been even more difficult to narrow it down. So if you would like to see lip glosses, I'm not a big lip gloss person, but probably would come down to, you know, like those matte liquid lipsticks that I like, or balmy type stuff. So if you would like to see that in a separate video, I will do a follow-up, but I thought lipsticks was a little bit more appropriate because I'm definitely more into lipsticks than anything else. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll try and link everything below of the top 10, everything that's still available anyway. And if you want to let me know in the comments what your favourite lipsticks are, or anything that you think that I would enjoy because of my top 10 that I've shown you, anything you want to recommend, please do. And if you do know a lip liner that would go with the Unapologetic balm from, the matte balm from Revlon, you'd be my best friend. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!